That thing is cool, man. I dig it. Oh wait, I'm rookie move. Which one of me is it? Me? It's me. Sons of bitch. Every single time. All right, fellas. Thanks for hanging up here. So there's the intro. I actually did the intro. I'm in the driver's seat. Welcome to another edition of Modern Man. I'm JB. That's ComicManAndy, and this is our guest host tonight, Adam from Bear Island Comics. And what is Modern Men, you ask? Modern Men is another one of those great live shows brought to you by the Comic Core channel, serving our comic book community here, creating a platform for guys like us to get out there and go live and create a chat for people to just share and enjoy and have a good time. And I'd like to welcome my guests. Let's start with our guest host, and not just the guest host, Andy, but our guest host, Adam. Adam from Bear Island Comics, thanks for joining us tonight. Tell me, what are you excited about for tonight's show? Do you know what's going on tonight?
I'm actually really upset right now.
Damn,
I
really?
forgot my comb. I was gonna comb my beard.
Oh, you were supposed to comb your hair. Oh, we were supposed to. Oh, bummer, man. Anyway,
this is so embarrassing.
Andy,
it's probably all scraggly. Is it all scraggly?
As a matter of fact, I don't even think we were supposed to open that show the way. I think we're supposed to get a measurement on the beard, because that seems to be the first thing we do on every show is get the measurement on the beard. How's the beard, Andy?
Oh, we're going, man. Well, we're week 4 now, and we're full beard status. We got
I think you're in full beard status. I think you're fully recovered.
Oh,
that was such a great thing to do for that fundraiser. That was excellent. So
we're probably not even getting carded again, right?
Did you get carded? Seriously, man, I long for the days of getting carded. Fellas, man, don't get me off track.
Carded at a PG-13 movie the way he looked.
Well, that's not. I'm going the age.
All right, cheers.
Wait,
we're gonna go cheers every time we reference your beard. Nice. We should make we got to figure out a new. Drinking game for the Modern Men to get JB all nice and lubed up for his Disco After Dark, which I'll be doing tonight for the first time ever. Shameless plug.
Yeah. Oh, really? What time's that?
That's going to be at 9:00 my time, midnight East Coast time. First time inaugural edition of the Disco After Dark on my channel. You know, I was all over the place today.
Best part.
Anyway, we got a great show lined up for you guys today. Our topic is a very diverse topic, actually, which I didn't even know it was going to be as diverse as it is. It's the hunt and what it means to each of us, because actually we've got 3 different stories of what the hunt means. And we're actually going to start with you, Andy. Tell me, the hunt. When we first said we were going to do a show talking about the hunt, what was the first thing that came into your mind?
Well, the first thing that came to my mind was how does the hunt or your hunt apply to modern comic books? And I'm not talking about every Wednesday. We talk about Modern Men being late 80s, early 90s on. And like a lot of other people, a lot of the areas that I stalk and I look for comic books, they're all picked clean constantly. Old flea markets, consignment shops, you name it, old kind of vendors.
When you say pick through, what are you talking about? Pick through, like nobody's finding a Hulk 181 in the freaking flea market, bro.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
You're not finding any Golden Age.
You're not finding anything.
You're not finding nothing. You're not finding about a bunch of junk right now.
But you know what you are finding a lot of that people talk about is that 90s dreck, that 90s stuff that people don't feel like they need to dig through because there's too high of print runs. I'm here to tell you guys, I do that every weekend if I can, or a couple of times a month, because I will go through and I will dig out all the minor keys and I will dig out all the 90s keys that I can for 80 cents a book or $1 a book. And I will build my runs off of those to read those. Not because they're going to be 100 or 200 or 300 or $400 books, but because if something ever does happen, option news, I have that book. I have it for cheap.
I need an example of what you consider a minor key of something that's basically, left over and been picked through.
What about all the X-Men stuff after Hickman's recent run? There's a lot of 90s X-Men stuff that has keys like the first Chambers or the first there's a lot. Yes, thank you.
Yes,
the Messiah,
that's a 90s key goodness right there.
The Messiah complex wasn't even really a hot run a couple of years ago, not even. It was just picking up steam this year, maybe a little bit at the beginning of the last year or the end of last year.
Another good example. Yeah. Hey, Chris Barrett's in the chat. Anybody mention the chat?
What?
Look at I'm
Chris
terrible.
Barrett? No way.
Wait a minute. Oh man.
No way is Chris here.
What?
Chris, thanks for stopping in. DS Comics is here. Too Many Comics, Sharp Seller, J Hood Creative,
First Omega Red,
the
yep.
Immortal Biggie Shack. Thank you all for joining us. I'm sorry to cut you off, Andy. Keep going. So right now, the hunt to you is actually lower end minor keys in the 90s.
Yeah, because
I am definitely not hunting those right now.
You know, do we all want that Hulk 181 in high grade? Yeah. Are we going to work for it? Yeah, we're going to work for it. We're going to save up money. But the best way to build a collection is to find minor keys or undervalued keys. Yep. And right here, we got some great examples.
Feeling it right there. First Omega Red is a great one. You can still find that all day. First Angela, medieval. Yep.
And you got to be really careful, though, because the print runs were a lot higher. So you got to look for the things that stand out. You can't just look for super high grades anymore. You got to make sure you got super high grade with newsstand, super high grade newsstand white pages.
Yep.
And super, super impeccable books to stand out. So the game hasn't gotten any easier as far as like the hunt goes. You just have to have a more detailed eye for those books. The all white books that are really in super high grade, the all black books at super high grade. There's a ton of great Spider-Man books out there that are all black covers. They're super hard to find in high grade and newsstand. They might not be mega keys or anything, but you know, finding those 20, 30 years from now in high grade, it's gonna be hard.
Do you have a physical list? Do you have an app, or is it all right here? Just see a key, you know that, man, that's value because I know what that is.
It's all right here because you know what's coming back around are a lot of those 90s gimmicks. Now, a lot of those gimmicks that they overprinted in the 90s have been getting thrashed around for 20 plus years. So finding those books in high grade, find a Spider-Man 2099 newsstand that's in perfect 9.8 or 9.9. You can pay up and buy it in that already graded, sure. But finding that in a bin ready to go to CGC, that's tough.
I agree.
First Angela Spawn number 9 newsstand edition in super high grade is a tough find.
It is in newsstand.
You can still find it in decent shape, but that all white cover is super hard to keep clean and it's super hard to get clean again.
Yes.
And then get a 9.8, and that's pretty tough. I've sent in a couple of copies, and the best I've been able to do is 9.6 so far.
Yes, I've been moving a couple of those copies recently. That what's that? Spawn 9.
Yeah.
First Angela, all white. Tough cover.
When we talk about the hunt, how does this really apply to modern comic books is one of the things that we wanted to talk about. Not just the Wednesday to Wednesday to Wednesday, but let's talk late 80s, early 90s, and how you hunt those books, the minor keys, and the keys that are a couple of bucks a piece right now might be worth 10 times that if there's some option news coming down the line.
So you mentioned a couple of different outlets that I don't actually go to, which I probably should be thinking about. You said collectibles store, like what did you say?
Consignment store.
Consignment stores.
You gotta get creative.
Who would have thought that? You're telling me that people dropping off their comic books up in consignment stores?
So you guys have heard of Goodwill stores and Salvation Army, right? Where people just they just drop off their stuff and say, "Hey, let's put this to good use for somebody else." Well, those stores take that and resell it and make it 100% profit. Well, consignment stores are like the next step up above that, where the owner's like, you drop off this stuff, I give you, God only knows what it is, 40, 50, 60% of what I'm able to sell it for.
Right.
And they just earn a consignment for the sale of that item. Well, if you can find a property, a low rent property that's in a good area in a small town where people travel through in your consignment store, people are more likely to drop off their goods and their wares than they are to Goodwill or Salvation Army because they don't get anything back out of that. At least in a consignment store, it's like a flea market without having to sit there and watch a booth all day.
Yeah. Well, I never actually thought about looking for comic books in stores like that, but now, there's a couple of places around here up in Napa when we're doing wine tasting, like in Arnold, and we should, and you're just walking into these just mom and pop, and there's old china on the wall, and I never thought to ask, you guys got any comic books in here? Well, I bet you they do.
Let's not forget about the auctions, like the property auctions, when somebody sells off an entire property worth of wares, not just the house, but everything in the house too. Let's not forget about that. That's something to pay attention to as well.
Yeah.
You can find an entire collection. You can find an entire collection for pennies on the dollar if people aren't watching that stuff.
All right. So that's, again, when we talked about the hunt and we threw it out there as a topic of conversation, That's not what I was thinking. You immediately went to this topic, which was great. Now I'm going to let Adam go to his topic, unless you want something to add to Andy's topic, which I'm messing this all up.
Well, in terms of the hunt, for me, I've become more selective, definitely. I kind of base my hunt around what convention I'm going to go to next.
But what are you hunting? Are you hunting
I'm
low
hunting
90s tees?
Well,
like him?
I love getting books signed.
Okay, so you're hunting artists.
I find out, who's going to be at the convention that I'm going to, what books by them, are out there that are desirable, have cool covers, etc. It's become more about making me happy than things I'll possibly sell down the road. I remember when I first got back into comics, the hunt, I was obsessed. I had to, any first appearance that was coming out, I had to get multiple copies. JB, I know you've fallen into the multiple copy trap quite a bit.
Yes, I have.
I can't tell you how many first appearance of Sidorak, Doctor Strange 44 or whatever it is, I managed to get my hands on. But it became kind of just unsatisfying to me, because a lot of times it just felt like I was not enjoying comics with other people. I was just competing with them for the same comics. So to me, the hunt is go grab a book that you think might go up in value, but also makes you happy that you're going to enjoy seeing on your wall. And if in the meantime, you can experience, meeting an artist or someone that you respect, to get it signed, all the better. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to, like, and Andy, you know how picked over it is in the state of Michigan. Like, we have a lot of savvy comic collectors around here, and there's the long boxes are just they're done. I mean, they're beat to death. Yeah. So I used to go to Second and Charles, which is I think it's half price books in other states, and there's like a massive one near me with tons and tons of long boxes, and the ones on the bottom aren't even sorted. And you can go through them, and you sort of like, they're vaguely X-Men style titles or whatever. And this one day I spent 6 hours in there, and I realized I had a problem. And I had like 8 books that I wanted to leave
when you're
with.
digging through long boxes, man. Time flies when you're digging through long boxes.
Time versus
it really does. There is something like calming and soothing about it, though, because you're just swimming in comics, kind of. You are. But people walk by and like, is this guy still here? Like. But you end up with a ton of books that, if you enjoy selling comics, if you're good at auctions, that's awesome. That can help you get to your grail. For me, I'll go to my LCSs, and if I'll ask you, do you have anything new? And I know my store owners. My buddy Chris, he gave me a heads up when he got this in. He got a collection with this book in, and he said, this is pretty clean, and I know you've been looking for one of these.
Ooh,
and
very nice.
I got to buy it from him off the wall, which is the only time I've been able to do that at his shop. And there was a little back and forth, and we settled on a price, and I sent it off to get signed by Jim Starlin, and
I got a quick question for you, Adam.
Yeah,
I got a quick question for you. What was your last successful hunt?
Okay, you want to know what my only successful hunt?
Your last successful hunt where you said, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to find it because of X, Y, and Z. You found exactly what you were looking for. What was your last successful hunt?
I think I know what this is.
Oh, my last successful hunt. It was a surprise hunt. Can I do a surprise hunt?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, a book I was always looking for. Anytime I looked through any box. Was Wonder Woman number 7.
You're looking for.
Just always looking for it. I knew, first Cheetah, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful George Perez art. I've always loved the cover.
Here, can I get you bigger? Can you show this? Can you show that closer? Let me get to the big screen. Yeah. Look at that George Perez art. Look at that. There's a lot going on in that cover, man. How many characters he's got going on in there?
I love it when you make Bear Island bigger.
He's got just you two together.
That's a good looking book. All right.
So anyway, it was at my normal LCS that I go to all the time, and I'm just like, let me look through the box, see if they have anything new. And every time you go through those 1987 Wonder Womans or whatever, that was always gone. But they had 7, 8, and 9, and I'm like, $5, really? That's the only book I've ever bought where the price was significantly lower than the value of it. And I got it. I sent it to get pressed and signed, and came back in 9.8. I'm like, are you kidding? That's amazing. Okay. So this is the only one I can really point to where I like made a killing. You know what I mean? Or in terms of value. That's it. It's the only one ever.
And then real quick, I want to make a point to Andy, because early on when you were away, when we first mentioned this concept of the hunt to Bear Island, and I knew where he was going with his hunt, which is different from my hunt and different from your hunt. He initially said, but I don't really hunt 90s keys. I don't hunt modern stuff.
Well, it's different.
You may not hunt modern stuff, but you're displaying 9 slabs on your wall. How many of them are modern?
Well, I heard that
four of the 9 are modern.
I heard that
because when I got in,
you're going to show the story about the Stephanie Hans. I thought that would have been your last successful hunt.
Guys, it's been. I think the interesting thing about the hunt is why I always love talking about how we collect. Is that when you start off, when you get back into comics as a midlife crisis person, inevitably, you don't know what to do. You're like, oh my God, I want that. It's a buffet, and you just grab everything, and you overstuff yourself, and then gradually you become a smarter, more refined collector.
Well, this is why I think this is a great opportunity to talk about this, because I feel like there's 3 different layers of this between the 3 of us, and I feel like I'm kind of like the first layer. Adam, you're kind of like the second, and I think JB might be second or third layer here, because I'm in complete rebuild mode on my collection. So I'm buying up a lot of the cheap stuff that I grew up with while I can. And I think Bear Island's experience is kind of like the next iteration or next level that I started to move to, hence Baltimore with my ASM 129 hunt and some of my other super hard to find Punisher stuff. I think I'm starting to make that transition. So this is a great topic with 3 perfect different experiences to talk about.
Guys, I have some slabbed books that have no business being slabbed.
Let's go to those.
Like from when I just started. Let me find a couple of them.
That's great. Slab books have no business being slabbed.
The Ferret #1.
Like this. This is just some random Jenny Frizen Detective Comics. And I'm like, I'm gonna get this slabbed, and it's gonna be amazing.
But it's a 9.8 though. I mean, it's a 9.8.
It's PC, bro. The wrong way.
I mean, if you busted out some goofy title and it was an 8.5, and you're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
That's PC, bro.
It's no key value. What? Hold on, come on, man. The whole time I got you big nothing.
Why do I need Batman White Knight #2?
It's like, okay.
Like, what is this? Why?
Is it signed? But it's signed. It's yellow label. It's signed.
It's signed, but it's one of like 4 Sean Good Murphy signatures I got, and I paid CGC how much to slab this book?
30.
So why did I do that?
You're not.
I don't know.
I'd rather read it at this point.
You can always buy a second copy out of a dollar bin.
That's true.
Nice.
It is a cool cover, but
anytime Adam brings up a book now, he's got to have sunglasses on, and he's got to have blonde hair, and he's got to like, it's PC, bro.
That's right.
That's right. Cheers.
No, I'm exclusively about me now. I just want books that I want, and I'm not good in auctions. I've been in a couple auctions, and I'm terrible. When I put books up, I can't sell them. I can't do the sell.
Yeah.
I can't convince anyone that they want these books. So I'm just like, I'm not a person who sells books. So I just collect for me, and I don't need 6 issues of the first appearance of Princess Fisk from Moon Girl anymore. So that's just where I am now.
Yeah.
I don't end up selling either.
So there's 2 of the 3 perspectives on the hunt. Now, when I first heard the hunt, I am, I guess, the only one who is actively Wednesday hunting. Like, what am I going to get on Wednesday? Now, I will tell you, I've come a long way. I've come a long, long way, guys. I'm not double buying. Well, I am double buying. I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not pre-booking books twice. I'm not, buying stuff that I had pre-booked. I am buying stuff from the guys in Chino, and then only the X-Men titles I may buy again because I can't wait for them to get shipped. because I only ship every couple weeks. So that's the only stuff I'm double buying. No cover buys at all whatsoever. And I'm reading everything I'm buying every Wednesday, which is come a long way, right? It's seriously from the beginning to now, it's night and day. But dude, Tuesdays, I'm watching the shows. I'm up in there with Just a Rican. I'm watching with Chino Comics and more. I'm seeing what's coming out tomorrow. I'm helping decide, am I going to continue reading that story? Is it time to get off of this story? Because, somebody in the chats, telling me another story is better. So I'm actively in that what's coming out Wednesday thing big time and, running off to the store and doing the hunt, which is what I thought the show is about when you guys are talking about the hunt, because that's kind of what it means to me still. Yeah, I have big boy books that I'm trying to buy like anybody else, but every Wednesday, bro, I'm buying my books. And dude, I'm totally caught up on the X-Men. They just finished all these issue 2s, and I am right now, and I'll ask the chat if you want to give me what your opinion is. And Second Street Marvel, I think I asked him this. What titles is it time to drop? Because I don't know if I can want to keep buying 5 titles every couple weeks, because it's really starting to, there's too many titles. What do you think are the main X-Men titles in this run? Which ones are written by Hickman, actually? Is it X-Men and New Mutants and X-Force, or no? I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 of them.
The hunt to JB still means Wednesday. That's what it means to me. I'm actively hunting Wednesday. Now, am I actively hunting big boy keys? Yeah, always, all the time. I think if you guys, the last thing I just bought was Werewolf by Night or something. I'm still buying big boy books.
Puppers.
Oh, look at the doggy. Look at the dog. Yeah, dog's going to take over the show.
Puppy break.
Adam, what's dog's name?
Dog's name is Daenerys. Like, we call her Danny, though.
Daenerys.
Hi, Danny.
She hates me right now. She does not like me.
Very cool. No, why? Because you ignore her for YouTube? You ignore her for comic books?
Yeah, she wants some TREATs right now.
Oh yeah, so do I.
I can't say the word out loud.
Can't say it out loud.
Watch what happens. You want some treats?
Oh.
You want some treats?
Oh, look at this. The dog's taking over the show.
Yep.
All right, so I feel like a jerk now, so I'll be right back.
No worries.
No
worries. So you guys don't actively buy every Wednesday?
Oh no, I still have a pull list. I do my best. I feel like you're talking about another iteration of the hunt where you're working to make your dollar work more for you, so that you're not spending money on stuff that you're not going to read or not going to enjoy.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So what am I using? What resources am I using? What YouTubers am I using? Which videos am I using to decide what I'm going to buy and what I'm not going to buy, so I can see all the covers and can say, yeah, no, that's the one I like, when I put my order in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute here. I knew someone would break it down, and that's my boy Trinity right here. X-Men, X-Force, and New Mutants are the important titles to read. Yeah, okay. I agree with you, though. The New Mutants definitely not titles that I'm right now.
In so much right now that I'm not going to be able to let go. I want to read. I'm only going to.
So you're sucked into all of them?
Yep. Only one cover A of each title, though. I'm not chasing variant covers or. I'm
getting 2 of each one. So I'm getting cover A every Wednesday because that's what I know is going to be there by the time I get there, and plus the guy's pulling cover A for me. But I'm getting whatever the goofiest variant is from Chino. So like that whole every mutant connecting, I'll end up as a matter of fact, I think it's in that box right there. I think they're all in this box.
There's an every mutant connecting cover thing?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Pretty
yeah. It was every issue number 1 had an iteration of this that all connect to each other.
And it's pretty damn
and then
freaking sexy looking, but I'd rather wait and see if it's something I can do later.
Yeah, and they're probably going to be in the dollar bins anyway, but who knows?
Yeah, 1-2 Comic Talk is right. Oversaturation of team books is too expensive, and I don't disagree with that one bit. But for me, I mean, like I get a discount at my LCS, and I'm paying what, $3 a book. If I'm there to pick up $12 a book, or $12 worth of books. I'm not gonna not going to be sad about spending $20 to pick up the other 2 titles every week or something like that. I'm not spending $60 to $100 a week. I'm actually pretty light right now in a lot of my pulls because I dropped a lot of indie stuff because the indie market right now seems kind of quiet.
Yeah, I'm pulling 7 or 8 books total right now between 2 different shops. So I go to one week and I go to the other shop. It's like every other week I just rotate shops. So,
So you still actively buy it? What are you actively buying?
Well, want me to show you the last 4 books I read?
Yeah, absolutely.
Humorously, they all happen to be Jeff Lemire. Berserker Unbound. I think this just wrapped up. This is over with.
Get you front. There you go. Berserker Unbound.
Black Hammer Justice League. The last 2 issues of that.
Nice.
Drew Manchu knows what I'm talking about. These have been so good. This one just wrapped up too. So I guess I got some open space on my pull list. And then the Killer Smile one that Lemire did.
I can't do that format.
That format's killing me too, dude.
A while back, I just bought like a pack of magazine-sized bag and boards. So now I feel much more free to buy these now because I know I have the bags and boards for them. They cost the same as your normal bags and boards. But aside from that,
anybody reading that one?
Yep, that's one that I collected every printing of every issue.
I missed out on the first one. I heard it was good, but
dude, I'm really digging this story.
It's a good read.
I'm also pulling the Batman books, both Batman and Detective Comics. Spider-Man, just because I feel like I should. I don't know. Spider-Man's not been great though. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man though, I really like. That's been great.
I stopped on the Friendly.
Did you read the Mary Jane issue where she steps up and oh man, that was so good.
But I did get that Mary Jane #1. I haven't read it yet. Is it any good?
I don't know about that one.
No, you didn't get it.
That felt like a gimmick book to me.
Yeah, I don't know. But so I can't say I'm not doing it because I am still doing it. But I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah. So
all right, what else we got? Philadelphia, Usagi Yojimbo.
Yep. Basketball
Kanto, nice.
So that's a great thing to bring up. Is I mentioned kind of some indie titles for me have been slipped off my pull list because they've just come to an end. So I've had a lot of room. DC's actually getting a lot more of my money lately with stuff like Basket Full of Heads and some of those Black Label things. I have traditionally not been a big DC fan ever since I was a kid in the 80s buying comic books. But they are. Oh, I picked that up, and I can't wait to read that too. I mean, we're talking about all the comic books coming out. I've got 4 weeks of comic.
Hold on. Let me get you
by 4 weeks right now because
no. Show me the stacking, and what do the stacks represent?
These are our weeks. Week 1, 2, 3, and 4 that I'm behind, and these are some mystery box stuff that I haven't gone through yet. That I've gotten. I am 4 weeks behind right now on comic books, and there's only about 4 to 6 of them in each stack. Still, the holiday season up here in Michigan, you got hunting season, you got Thanksgiving. Right after Thanksgiving, you're busy at work, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're rolling right into a Christmas. Well, I got to get caught up here in the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, I'm going to have a flood of comic books on this desk, and I'm going to be so far behind.
Were there any sales that you went to? Did you go to an LCS on Black Friday? Like a physical store?
I worked typically through Thanksgiving and Black Friday I work, and then Black Friday is very near and dear to my heart and my wife's heart. Is a lot of breweries in the Great Lakes region offer up their bourbon barrel aged beers once a year.
Ooh.
And they're very hard to find and come by. And Adam, you probably know Bourbon County, Goose Island, Bourbon County is big over in Detroit too, and it's hard to come by. And we get very limited distribution here in Michigan. So our Black Friday tradition with the wife and I is we send our kid over to Grandma's and Grandpa's the night before. And we get up at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, get some McDonald's or whatever. We bounce around to 5 or 6 different beer stores or liquor stores and look for these variants, these hard to find beers. And you buy 1 bottle of one flavor and you enjoy it over the course of time with some of your friends, which is why we started a podcast. But that's a whole nother.
That's interesting.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. So the holidays, I'm slammed. Like my YouTube channel, I haven't done anything for 2 weeks. I'm keeping up with you guys in a lot of the modern reads, but between work and a lot of the holidays and other stuff, it's just balls to the walls right now.
I was just happy to get caught up on all my X-Men and watch my Mandalorian. As long as I'm caught up on the Mandalorian, X-Men.
Oh man, I just like right before we came on here, I just finished up the latest episode. And for a second there, I'm like, I swear to God, if they kill baby, like he's in the crosshairs. Baby Yoda's in the crosshairs, and I'm like, what are people gonna do if this happens?
Yeah. It was
No
I don't
spoilers,
know. I'll be honest. Of the 4 episodes, this was the one I liked the least.
I agree.
Of the four.
Although I gotta say, they did a great job making that Imperial Walker scary as hell.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, with the red eyes like that.
Yeah, and like anytime anything is coming through the forest and you can't see it, it's scary as hell to me. I can't handle it.
But what was also really nice is the Empire's been gone for how many years now? So all of the equipment you run into from the Empire is all like looking like shit.
Oh, it's like weapons from the Cold War that got sold to Middle Eastern countries and made its way back.
A really good job with that.
Yeah.
Are you guys reading anything that's coming out right now, Star Wars related wise, comic books?
I want to. It's time money.
So many titles. I think the last thing that I read was the ending of the Darth Vader run.
Ooh.
That was.
I heard
really,
Charles Soule's Darth Vader run.
Mm-hmm.
Was
the
really
ending.
Good.
The last 2 or 3 episodes, the last 2 or 3 issues of that were absolutely fantastic.
I stopped buying Star Wars comics because I was one of those people who was really disillusioned by The Last Jedi. Like my Star Wars love sort of faded a little bit. Like I knew it would come back eventually, but The Mandalorian has gotten me back into Star Wars and rekindled my hopes. And I'm back.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's pretty exciting. Hey Han, how's that crocheted Baby Yoda going? I need like 20 of them by the end of it.
Right? Right? The hottest thing going right now.
Baby Yoda spec, man.
Yep. Like you can find patterns for handmade crocheted Baby Yodas right now. And I want one as soon as possible, please.
Mom, I want my meatloaf.
Mom, the meatloaf.
She's going to come down and punch me in the face.
Good stuff. So wrapping up as far as I'm concerned on my part of the hunt, yes, I do a lot of weekly hunting, and then yes, I am hunting more like major keys. I'll be honest with you, I'm definitely not hunting what you're hunting, Andy. I'm actually getting rid of all that stuff. If you've noticed, I've just been flooding, getting rid of stuff. Yeah, because realistically, how many spawn ones do you need?
Well, see, that's where I'm still like, there's
really. But you got more than one. Don't say you don't. Everybody does. Everybody's got more than one.
I have 0.
I have one.
Number 1.
You got one?
None.
I got a bunch. So it's time to thin this whole thing out and reevaluate. And I've just been really purging. But then again, I'm still buying, as you guys can tell. I'm always out there buying. I got killed on that TiVo auction. I was in on that last lot. Were you guys watching that last lot of Batman? No. This last lot of Batman is between me and this one other guy. It was all Silver Age Batman. We were right at about $350, and he said, "Well, I'll add 10 more Silver Age keys. The first person that goes 500." And I typed it in, and I thought about it for a second. I said, "Do I really want all these Batmans?" And boom, up in the chat.
While you were thinking about it,
while I was thinking about the other guy, boom, 500, game over.
I
was like, "Oh man." I just didn't even have really a chance to think. I should have just went with it. I typed it. It was sitting there, and it was like backspace. Son of a bitch. And then I had to type congratulations.
Did they reveal what the keys were?
Yeah, no, there were. You got to watch it. Just watch the end of TiVo's last auction. Okay. It was freaking ridiculous, man. The last lot was awesome. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you talk about.
Oh shit. Hold on, there's somebody in the chat.
What happened?
There's somebody here.
Oh, it's Chad.
It's.
Hey,
we're throwing gifts around.
It's my microphone brother.
What's going on there, Mikey?
What's up?
You know what? You're still in time.
You got that Yeti caster.
That's right.
You're still in time for the first half of the show.
Same damn one.
What's the first half of the show?
Well, we were talking about the hunt. Like when we when they said, "Hey, the hunt."
Did you guys talk about the hunt on the way home in the car?
Well, what does it mean to you? What were you thinking when they said hunt? Were you thinking hunt for Wednesday? What am I getting this Wednesday? Or were you thinking hunt? Hey, I'm going to go find some 90s keys. Some
you guys are going to make fun of me.
Crushing on those keys, man.
Dude, he's got the keys. He's like a fucking janitor over all those keys.
Yeah, or you're thinking like Bear Island. Bear Island's thinking, hey, the hunt to me is what artist is coming to the next con that I'm going to, and what cover do I want to acquire in the highest grade possible for that con?
There we go.
Nobody minds looking at this, right? Everyone loves this one.
There you go. Nice book.
I was trying to set you up for that.
Drew, I think you meant to say nice books.
Well, I mean, it's a nice book with a couple of nice boobs on it.
That's okay.
Up there, but it's Adam Hughes. Like that's what you get what you pay for.
Right.
Right. Softball, and you just gave it back to me.
The better the cleavage, the more cheddar the book is worth.
What does the hunt mean to you when you first hear
the hunt to me is the same thing the hunt is to Andy, is the same thing the hunt is to Adam, is the same thing the hunt is to you. I do it all.
You do them all.
You guys came to Baltimore. You saw the way the dollar bins are at Baltimore Comic Con.
Dude,
the dollar bins are like that at every shop in the Baltimore metropolitan area. So if I go and not only that, it's like southern PA, you got really good comic shops in Philly, and there are really good comic shops in southern New Jersey. Anybody who watches the YouTube channel Comic Trips, rest in peace, was one of the they had a really great show because that is a hotbed right where they were. You could drive 2 hours in any direction and hit 7 comic shops.
Oh my god, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want.
Wow.
Right. So if I go up to New Jersey
just to get to one,
right. Their flea markets around here are absolutely insane. That being said, I dig those dollar bins. I look for the hot books that maybe haven't been combed over. I watch all the shows on Tuesdays to make sure I know what's coming out. I make sure that I pay attention to not only my reviews of things, but reviews of other people's reviews. So they're telling me what are good stories. So those are stories that I should be reading. I also will chase keys when I see them on the wall at the shop. That's when I go. Like I'm a wheel and deal, right? The guy that I do most of my back issue business with, he knows me. Right, he knows when something comes in. He's just going to set it aside and ask me when I come pick my books up.
That's awesome.
It's an easy sell for him. He didn't have to put it on the wall. He didn't have to give me a price. He'll ask me what I want to pay for it, and then we'll work from there. I'm like, fuck, that's poison to me. And I'm a bartender, so I walk in with cash in my hand. So it's a bad situation for me economically. But I do all of the above, man. I do chase modern keys from here and there, and I'm a run collector. I like to fill out my runs in dollar bins and things of that nature. So, and I also chase artists as well. If I see a really nice looking, I got a couple of slabs that I just got slabbed because they were a sweet fucking cover, and there's no reason for them to be slabbed other than the fact that it's a sweet cover. And I'm trying to get. I have Dustin Nguyen on the 80-page Superman giant he did, and I picked up the Batman cover, and I'm trying to get that done as soon as I can run into Dustin Nguyen at a con. So there's certain things that I chase in all of those arenas, and the hunt for me is I'm not actively hunting. I'm more like I'm panning for gold. I'm just like, I'll pick it up, shake it up,
panning for gold.
I'll take that analogy, right? You know, and
flash here and there, you know,
right? And I'll flip through dollar bins and I'll be like, well, I already found 10 that I like. I might as well get 20 of them, right? So then I'll just find 10 that I don't even know what the fuck it is. It just looks cool. Or a character that, like, I've never read this before. This is the #1 issue. Like those are the kind of things that I'll pull out of a dollar bin most of the time. Most of my collection's worth fucking nothing, you know. So it's for me. It's more about, you know, it's less about finding the diamond in the rough and more about like you know, figuring out what you can find.
Yeah, like one of my last big flea market finds for me was the first 30 or 40 issues of Dr. Doom 2099 out of 1993. Winning for me because I never got to read that, and I paid 60 cents a book. I'm like, absolutely. And because that was so highly printed and people were collecting books so much, some of those 90s books are still in super good condition.
See, I find the opposite. I find that, like, you can find there are a million first Harley Quinns out there. Adventures 12. There are a million of them out there. Now, here's the deal: is they were a kid's book, and they spent years in dollar bins after that. You're not going to find them in good shape.
Well, yeah,
that's the exception to the rule, though, because it's a kid's book.
Well, no, not only because it's a kid's book. Same thing with New Mutants 98. That shit is all over the place in a 5.0.
That's just drawn
all over the fucking
everywhere
place.
In a 5.0.
Dumb, stupid. You know, it's all over the place. You know, and it's all over the place the same way that X-Men #1 is. Where's a dollar bin where you haven't found an X-Men #1?
Now that's what I talked about earlier.
Now, people pick those New Mutants. They're all in shit shape. They graded the good ones, and the rest of them they fucking shredded.
Yep, but that's why I talk about if you're going to hunt like I hunt, because I'm still in rebuild mode, where I'm starting to bridge like what Bear Island talks about with artists and some of the other stuff and collecting some of those areas. But when I'm digging through 90s books, I'm looking for the super high grade newsstand edition white pages, looking for all those extra little tidbits that stand out. I'm not going to buy 10 copies of one book, but I'm going to continue to try to upgrade the condition of that one book that I do have and that I do keep, and then try to move the ones that I don't want, whether it's dollar bin garage sale stuff to the local kids or to some collectors that I know or some people on here with some auction stuff. I'm going to dig in and keep digging to try to upgrade what I do have. So it's like, this has just been a great topic to discuss because there's no wrong way of doing it. It's all good fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, you will find the way that is wrong for you to do it. And, and you will adjust accordingly. Sometimes I have trouble adjusting, but you know, it is what it is. It's not meth.
I think we all have our quirks too, our little weaknesses, right? Like I can't pass up a cover that has Poison Ivy on it. Drew, I know you love crypto.
I love crypto, but I'm trying to move a lot of my crypto stuff. I kind of want to get out of that hole. It's just like I started looking for better copies of my books, and I got a couple that are really nice, and I won't get rid of those. But some of those doubles, they gotta go. For me, Scotty Young.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of these Baby Marvel variants are garbage, but when they're great, they're great. Mm-hmm. And I pick up mostly all of them. And my guy knows that when he goes through a box of shit that he just got in, Scotty Young cover, Scotty Young cover, Scotty Young cover. He'll stack those up and he'll go, here you go, give me a price on them. And I'll go, 20 Scotty Young covers, $3. And I'll go, yeah, they're yours. You know, and that's the kind of relationship I have with my LCS, because he knows that a lot of these are going in the dollar bin. They're going in the 50-cent bin.
He can move them right now.
He can move them right now.
Yeah,
he can do that for me because it's garbage to him. He bought that collection because it had a couple amazing Spider-Man issues that are going for $300-400. He bought the collection for maybe $150, $200. So like he makes his money on the 3 books, and then whatever's left over, he can spread some love to some people. But I mean, like I said, I'm a whale. I come in and there's a book for me that I will need to buy. I have cash to burn, and he's like, "I got you, motherfucker." So it goes both ways. So it is what it is.
When I walk in and they say, "Hey, look, it's the whale," it's not about my money.
Well, it's not about the amount of money I have. It's the fact that it's cash money.
No,
he's a small business. He's like, give me that shit.
Presents.
Damn
right.
right.
About my money. They're like, oh God, somebody clear some space. He's coming in.
Meanwhile, I have another LCS that I'm backed up on.
Quick question for Adam.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
What are you hunting now for your next con?
Well, the list for C2E2 is still kind of small. Let me refresh my own memory here. Give me 1 second to get back to you on that, because there are some artists I'm very excited
Andy,
about.
what are you currently hunting for your next con?
Speaking of C2E2, I'm looking for a super, super, super high grade second appearance of Punisher. I'd like to round out what I did in Baltimore and hopefully find, well, God, C2E2 is early this year. Hopefully I can get the money together to try to pick up a super high grade. Was ASM 135 the second appearance of Punisher?
I don't know. I was just going to ask you that. 135, huh?
135, and it's got a pretty tough black cover, like 70% black cover, something around there. So I mean, you can, like Drew said, all day long, you can find it in 5s and 6s and stuff like that. It's been beat up and thrown around and whatnot, but I'd like to be able to find something in like a 9.2 to a 9. God, I think a 9.8 is pushing like almost $1,000 now.
Holy shit!
For a second appearance, yeah, and it's just a 9.8 white pages. Like when you do find them, they're kind of low on the census. So if I can get a 9.0,
if I can pull this cover up and see what it looks like,
I'd be really happy with that because I don't have that book to begin with, and I think 9.0 is still kind of affordable, around a couple $100.
135. Huh?
I don't tend to chase anything over $200. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get something and I can move it for more than that, I'll do that. But like, I'm not in the business of chasing keys at that level. Even a minor, like I'd say a second appearance, that's a minor key, like minor.
No, I don't disagree.
So
with that.
that's a lot, man. Like
I don't disagree with that one bit. But being the super mega diehard Punisher fan that I am, like Bear Island,
gotta have it.
Yeah, with Bear Island with Stephanie Hans, I gotta have
it.
Yeah,
gotta have it.
I don't know. I guess my collection's quantity over quality.
I have,
you know, it is what it is.
I have 2 copies ASM 135, and one is a super beat up reader, so I can read it, and the other one's kind of a mid grade that I've been holding on to because it's the nicest copy that I have, but it's not good enough to send to CGC in my opinion and spend that $30, $40, $50 or whatever it is. So if at C2E2, if I can find a copy of that's in high grade, that's affordable, white pages, yeah, I got a nice little space right next to that bad boy
right there.
That one, yeah. And like Bear Island was talking about as far as chasing artists, I am getting sucked into Jim Lee 90s stuff, and I'm getting sucked into John Romita Jr.'s Punisher stuff.
I got some image shit I'll sell you.
Like Michael Golden's Punisher covers out of the 90s, I'm absolutely in love with too.
I'll fill a fucking box for you.
There you go.
I'll drive down and eat some lunch with you and pick it up.
All right, Adam, what'd you find?
Yeah, C2E2. Jim Lee will be there, by the way. Clayman's just been announced. David Mack, I'm excited about.
Clayman draws all the abs.
Dude,
everybody
the way Clayman draws women, though, you can't argue with that.
Dude, the way Clayman draws extras, like those Batman issues with the mustache, those stupid issues that Clayman drew. Like the hot dog vendor's got a 6-pack. Everybody in that book is dripping.
Everybody's
with sex.
got a 6-pack.
Right.
6-pack for you. 6-pack for you.
Everybody's dripping with sex in the Clayman book.
Yeah,
crazy.
Michael Cho is going to be at C2E2. I'd love to get something signed by him.
Even if you can't find a really great Michael Cho cover, which there are tons that came out during the New 52 era, but he has some incredible prints.
His prints are amazing.
I've
almost ordered some off of eBay, and then
they're fantastic.
I'll find them at a con and get them in person.
Every one of his prints looks like a damn Mondo poster.
Yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson, I'm kind of interested in as sort of an up and coming artist. Doc Shaner's always cool. I like a lot of his work for DC. I'm kind of a DC guy at heart, really. I like both. Like I don't understand having loyalty to one company or the other. I don't get that. But if I had to, choose like from my childhood what I was brought up on, it's definitely DC. So, the list it's still kind of small. Mitch Gerrits will be there, so I'll get to get my commission redone. That'll be nice.
Oh.
My dog is whining like a little bitch.
You got a dog too.
He's not going to jump though. He's like, I've got a burger that I grabbed on my way home, and it's sitting on the desk all year.
And he's like cold. Sniffing that burger, going,
dude. He's like laying by my feet, crying.
He's just like, give me the damn burger already. The hell, brother.
No, he's not going to jump.
So you don't have any single book specifically that you're looking for right now? Nothing on the
I haven't identified any single books. Like what I used to do is just go on eBay. Like,
didn't you hear about that Stephanie Hans third print variant of that book nobody ever read?
Oh, God damn you.
third print variant book.
Send me a message. I gotta have it.
I gotta have it. I have to have it.
Like I used to just go on eBay and type in like Sean Gordon Murphy and do literally most expensive to least to see like what their most valuable books are.
Yeah.
And then pick something that I could afford. I don't know if that's the way I want to do things anymore, because I also want to save money to actually get sketches and things done. But if there's just a cover that I love of like from David Mack's Daredevil run, I'll just pick a few and I'll have him sign some. You know, I'll find something valuable of his and I'll take it. I'm still sort of, you know, figuring it out. I got a couple months and I just made a big purchase on that Lois Lane book, and I'm telling myself no big spending till 2020.
No big spending.
You know what I've found to be a fantastic way to get great grades on books that from artists that you love is to buy the book from them at the con and have them sell one of their con books that they brought with them. You're not going to be finding something that's, you know, a super valuable variant, but you're going to find something usually that is worth more than cover price initially. Yeah. And then you're adding the signature value and the grade to it as well. And I don't think I've ever pulled anything lower than a 9.8, maybe a 9.6 from a book that somebody had at their booth. You know, they're all in good shape for the most part. You can look at it and be like, no, that's got a tick on it. I don't want it. And then they'll flip through until you find one that looks good. You know, they have 20 of the same damn book there. Figure it out. But I think that's a really great way to not only hunt the artist, but not have to hunt the book ahead of time. So that's something I like to do.
So before we move on, I just want to poll you guys. Is it our goal to try and keep this to an hour? Because we didn't do our review, which is okay with me because that whole storyline kind of blew ass.
Carson's goal, but I feel like the goal is like collectively, like what do you guys want to put into it, because it's what we get out of it too. We can still do the quick review if you want on that Red Goblin Amazing Spider-Man run. I
didn't read it this week, but I've read it.
Oh, it's not going to take long.
I guess nobody liked it.
I didn't like
enjoyed
it. Let's start with you, Drew. Tell me what you liked.
I read
about
it as it came out. And I thought that it was a really nice wrap up to Dan Slott's run. But like most of Dan Slott's Spider-Man, very wordy, very convoluted.
Yeah,
had to have everybody included.
Oh my god!
We have to have the death of a character thrown in there for what appears to be pretty much no reason, and it has to kind of coincide with the other Spider books that are happening, but not really at all. I thought that the Red Goblin was a really cool character, but as far as design goes, but it's what a dumb idea.
It's a cool looking character. I don't understand the need for it.
There is no need for it.
It seems to me that Carnage can put a black suit on.
Like, why the hell does he have to get a black suit on? Why?
Oh, well, I meant the Red Goblin. Like, why
I'm just saying everything about this story is kind of just done for the sake of doing it, and not so much for any sort of reason. He's trying to jam as much into the end of his run as he possibly can.
All the stuff he hadn't done yet.
See, the thing is, I think that 801 is the gem. Like, did you guys read 801
I didn't even get to 801.
I remember enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, 801 is just a really sweet, concise, generalized Spider-Man one-shot.
Is it the one where everyone's like thanking him and stuff and helping him out? Okay.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. But through 800, like, nah.
Maybe the
best thing to come of that is the Marvel Legends Red Goblin action figure.
Well,
that was damn cool. But beyond that,
I felt like for somebody who's not a big Spider-Man reader, not a big recent Spider-Man reader over the last 10 years, I felt like this was toned down. Like, I feel like 10-year-old me would have loved this, or 12-year-old me would have absolutely loved this. But I feel like the bulk of the readers, I don't feel like they were targeting the bulk of the readers.
Well, guys, we read this coming off of Kraven's Last Hunt, which is we use the word intense over and over and over again as we just described, Kraven's Last Hunt, and then we get into this, and I'm like, I can't even read this right now. This is just, I'm reading X-Men. I'm reading Once and Future. This is bad. This is not good right now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Compared to everything I'm reading and just read, this is bad. So
all the symbiote stuff that's been happening this last year has really spoiled us. And then to try to throw a Goblin symbiote in there and then to like underdo it and underdeliver it, it's just kind of like this is just not hitting with any of us.
So
Adam, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I don't think any of it.
Yeah, I thought it was fun too. There are some things I noticed as someone who this came out right as I was getting back into comics after whatever 20 years or whatever. Yeah. So there were some characters I wasn't even familiar with. When I read the name Agent Anti-Venom, I was like, is there someone really called that? That's a real that's a real name of a hero, Agent Anti-Venom. That's the stupidest name I've ever heard.
They made Flash Thompson Venom, right? And he was Agent Venom because he was a soldier. And he was a soldier, like, had his legs chopped off. And he had, like, Venom legs now. And he could be a soldier again. And then he had to, like, come to grips with the symbiote. And it's really good Rick Remender Venom stuff. Then he went into space with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And they made him a Space Knight. And it was actually pretty fucking cool. And Brian Michael Bendis actually was like, hey, here's a really cool symbiote planet deal. And that turned into the Null planet. Right. And they did a whole lot of cool stuff with him there. And then they brought him back and they're like, well, we're going to make Venom part of this guy who's a bad guy. And Agent Venom, you could fuck off. And then they brought him back for this storyline for the, was it the Venom? What was the Venom storyline? Venomverse?
Venom Inc. or something?
They did Venomverse and then Venom Inc. And then Venom Inc. was where he came back he came back in Venomverse, and then he was in Venom Inc. as Agent Anti-Venom.
Agent Anti-Venom. That's such a stupid name.
It's the dumbest fucking thing ever. Symbiotes are stupid. Venom is terrible.
So let's give our grades real quick.
Donny Cates is making it so great.
Let's give our grades. Now I think first episode we were doing ABC or something. But we got to do. We're comic book people. We got to do a grade. We got to go 9. if
CBC rated.
We got to have a grade. So if Kraven's Last Hunt is a 9, Near Mint is a 9.2, 9.4, 9.6, somewhere in that range, I would give this a 6.
Really?
6.
Really?
A 6 or yeah.
Did you see how good the art was in this book?
You liked it. I wasn't a fan of the art, actually.
Depends who was doing it.
Yeah.
The Hawthorne art, to me, was horrendous. I like Stuart Immonen.
Immonen's art, I thought, was great.
Yeah, Hawthorne was terrible. Like, I don't understand his shading at all.
Tell me what you got, Drew. You still think it's near mint?
No. This is an 8.2.
8.2. Okay.
There's a lot jammed into this. There's a lot to like about this. Like there's a lot not to like about it, but there is like so much jammed into this story that there's a lot that you just can't help but fall in love with.
Yeah.
ComicManAndy, what do you got?
I'm going with a 7.5. I agree with Drew.
7.5. Right.
I feel like, had this been thought out and had it not been jammed together, and if there were less restraints maybe, and I feel like this could have been a really amazing story if more time and energy were put into it. And like I said, I still kind of feel like they were being really PC about a lot of stuff. Like the art was toned back. I feel like a lot of the commentary and a lot of the writing was toned back where it was there and it was okay, but I feel like there could have been some better placement of things that really would have driven that story a lot harder.
I think it was really safe. I think that's what it was. Yeah, they didn't really go out of their way. Like he threw in the kitchen sink, but he forgot to turn on the disposal.
He threw in the kitchen sink.
How many chapters in 800 was there? Holy shit! I can't remember. 6 chapters. I
think
it kept going and going.
Yeah, kept going and going.
All right, so. We normally pick a book for next week.
Oh, I don't get to get my grade?
Oh, shit. Your grade. I didn't get your grade. I figured it was going to be 9.6. You're always 9.6, right?
Bear, how do those Buckeyes feel?
7,
man.
What? Hey, while Bear gives his grade for the book, we want you to type into the chat some titles of story arcs we can review next week. So, Bear, what was your grade? Chat, get going.
7.5, just like Comic Man Andy. There was things I did not love, but there were some moments where I just thought that was really cool. Like when Mary Jane asked him to leave out the window instead of going out her door after the non-makeout session that they almost had. I also really enjoyed when Spidey, like, he did the web sling on some purse snatcher or whatever, and it was like a purse snatcher he'd run into before, and he's like, dude, you know I got a rotator cuff issue. Like, what do you that was hilarious to me. Yeah. He's like, oh, okay, right. Next time I'll get you on the other side.
He's like, here, quick.
I'll get you on the other side, man.
And I also need to point out, just for Biggie Shack, he's concerned that I'm standing and I look very serious. I'm trying out like a standing desk situation here tonight.
Those are cool, man.
Cool. I don't have to pee.
Very cool.
I wish I had a standing desk.
I went to Home Depot and got a like a workbench that's adjustable and just turned it into a standing desk for like half the price you'd pay for a normal standing desk. It's working out pretty good. This is the first time using it. So
really,
apparently I look like I have to pee though. So maybe I need.
That sounds like
who's got a randomizer? Who's got the randomizer?
The internet has got the randomizer.
I don't use that damn thing.
It's called random.org.
All right. Let me go find a random.org here.
You can get it at .org too. Random.org.
No more Spider-Man stuff for a couple weeks.
Yeah, fuck Spidey. Yeah. Death of Superman, says Biggie Shack in the chat. That's a good idea.
I'm throwing Saga in like
Born Again. I'm gonna keep saying Black Hammer because we gotta make sure the Mastodon reads it.
Yep, right. That and I'd like to throw in the first trade paperback of Walking Dead. See how that's holding up. Saga and The Walking Dead for me, the first trade paperbacks.
God, I can't read The Walking Dead one again.
Drew, did you read this last one, Black Hammer Justice League?
Oh yeah, it's best Justice League book in forever.
Wasn't it good?
It is really good. Besides, I really like the beginning of this Snyder run. His work with Jimenez was really good because I love Jimenez's art. Yeah, Black Hammer Justice League, Jeff Lemire Justice League, fuck yeah, all day.
I love when Lemire got meta. And
Lemire got meta. When? Which page? Every
page?
Are
you just gonna let them keep fighting? They do love their big team ups, don't they? They do indeed. But after the fun of the first few punches and quips, they tend to drag on. Like talking about miniseries and team ups in general.
Lemire's so goddamn meta on Justice League Black Hammer, but Black Hammer in general.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
1994 Marvel, says Chris Barrett.
Ooh, hey, that's come up a couple times.
That's a great.
You know what I want to throw out there? Die. How about Die? Have we read Die on this channel yet?
No.
That first trade is worth talking about.
Marvels or Die. Marvels or Die.
Ooh.
Death of Superman.
I need to come have a sleepover at Adam's place.
Dude, anytime.
So far, I
just fixed up the guest room.
This is what I've got on the list so far. I've got Saga, Black Hammer, Born Again, Daredevil, Kingdom Come, Die, Death of Superman. Come on, guys. What else we got?
Superman is great. Let's read that shit.
What else we got?
Chris Barrett says Kingdom Come.
1994 Marvels.
How about one single issue? X-Men number 1. 1992 X-Men number 1.
Ooh, how about why not the first 4 or 5 issues of that though?
Nah, it's very dense.
Is it very dense?
Let's just read the first one.
It's Chris Claremont, isn't it?
Everybody's got one.
Right.
Yeah, it's before it got good.
5, 6, 7.
Let's add that several times. See if we can get that to win.
What else we got? Come on.
We're a little quiet tonight.
Does he have to pee? I don't know that series. We only got 7. Well, let's start throwing some things out there then.
Ooh.
How about Astonishing X-Men number 1? That first trade, the Joss Whedon run.
I was going to say the Joe Madureira cover that I got from 1995, or something else.
Doctor Strange Silver Dagger. Oh, you know which one I wanted to get in there? What about the
That's the first. Yeah, that's the first. Is that the first standalone Doctor Strange Silver Dagger story? Or was that was still in the? That's not modern. That's not modern. No, it's bronzy.
That's bronzy. What about that Thor run that's coming back right now that ties into King Thor? That writer
Ooh,
the
Savage
Godfather?
Dragon.
Aaron Thor.
Savage Dragon.
Savage Dragon's a good one. Spawn versus Batman. That's another good one. Spawn Volume 1.
Spawn versus Batman. Oh my god, I remember
Spawn
that.
Volume 1, aka the only good volume of Spawn.
Spawn versus Batman. Cosmic Ghost Rider. Come on.
Cosmic Ghost Rider is a good one. Thanos wins.
That's a fun read.
Jeff Lemire's Thanos Volume 1.
Thanos Volume 1.
That's a fucking beautiful cover. I'm a little upset I sold it.
Yeah, I guess
I'm glad you have it.
Oh, was that an auction item from?
Yeah.
Drew's off. Yeah, this stuff, and I was like, well, that's
got that cheap as free.
When they revealed Frank Castleby, the Cosmic Ghost Rider, I love that.
Yeah, he sent me a message right afterwards, and he's like, "Dude, that's too low."
Okay, so now let's see if I can get
I was like,
here.
"Yeah, man, that's how it works."
It's, you know where it is if you need it.
See if I can get
It ain't going. It ain't going anywhere. That's PC.
Oh man, no, I don't need it. It's yours.
One of the worst signatures in the game, Donny Cates.
Random.org right here.
There you go.
Seriously, I like Donnie Cates' signature on this book is looking freaking awesome.
Bear Island, pick a number between 1 and 10.
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
All right,
7.
randomize that thing 7 times.
7 times it is. Where's the thing at? Randomize.
There you go. 1, 2.
Oh, damn it.
3.
3.
4.
Damn.
5. 6.
7.
7.
Oh, Black Hammer, baby.
I can't 7. I've never read it. Black
Oh my
Hammer.
god, you have to have me on then if it's Black Hammer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Never
You can
done
next
it.
week.
Black Hammer.
I won't be able to
Black
be here till
Hammer it
10:30
is.
again at least.
Very nice.
Black
Very
Hammer,
nice.
Mastodon.
And there's something else
Read
that
up
I wanted
Mastodon,
to
Black
share.
Hammer.
I have all
wait
the
till we
Black Hammers.
So
That's awesome.
When I started getting back into comic books a couple of years ago, that is one of the but Saga was the first one. Black Hammer, I think, was
Black
the
Hammer.
second one. The shop owner pointed me to. He's like, "You've got to read this."
All
He's
right,
like,
so what's
Number,
the
volume
is it
1,
the
or
first
number 1.
trade? What is it?
First trade. First,
Yep,
First trade.
it is good.
5, maybe. I don't know. First trade.
First trade paperback.
I'm looking
In
forward
the chat, for anyone that'd like to join us for next week's show, we're doing Black Hammer first trade paperback. Is going to be the books reviewed. Oh, before we close out, I wanted to mention something coming up on this channel, as a matter of fact, and I even think we've got a video. Let's see if this works.
Ooh,
Let's see if this works. Where's it at?
popcorn.
Oh, it's gone. Oh no, I got to get rid of that one. Hold on. Get rid of that one. Show
A fixed
that one.
eyeball 2 fixture.
What?
Show me what you've got.
One more time. One more
Oh my
time.
god, Andy,
There it
that's
is.
terrifying.
Share.
Show me what you've got.
What do we got?
New on Comic Core.
Ooh,
Screaming ladies. Between two nerds.
Oh, what does that mean? Holy shit.
The interview show. Oh my gosh.
ooh. Oh, I'm getting excited now. Getting really excited.
Interviewing Magnus the Brave. Ace Knuckles.
Biblical amounts of booze. Yes, please. Yes.
Come on, guys. Vodka Beach Party.
So let me stop sharing that. Okay. Anyway, we've got a new show. It's going to be on Thursdays, and we're going to be talking to, I believe, the writer producers of, and this was really cool. They sent us the copy of this Magnus. Did you get a copy of this, Drew?
I've read it. We
read it?
They interviewed him on
Oh man,
Unlimited.
that was fun. I enjoyed the hell out of that. The first 2 episodes of that. So that'll be the first initial episode of a new series that we're going to try and test out here. It's more of a daytime series, so it's going to be something around noon. I don't know if we put the time in there, but it will be this Thursday. Will be our first episode, and myself and JD will be conducting some interviews with some people in the community, and looking forward to that.
It's
Now
going
to
to be a
close out-
live show, JB.
I believe it is a live show. Is it not live? I believe it's a live show.
If it's daytime, is it like?
Yeah, it's lunch. We're supposed to do it at lunch.
Hey, man, that means, you know what? That means plenty of people are going to catch this show on the lunch break or on the rewind.
Right?
On the rewind of this show, guys, will give you a chance to leave a comment. And you can comment.
There it
is. Smash. Comic Core Smash. We got like 11 days left on this big ass Hulk. He is huge. Just comment on any. I will put him up in just a minute. Comment on any Comic Core video posted between the 10th of last month and the 12th of this month. You must include the hashtag Comic Core Smash. It's really, really easy. Comic Core Smash. Any of my reviews, any of the live shows, you got to hit the replay. Hit the replay and comment, and you can win this giant ass Hulk, and not this one right here. I've got my greasy fingerprints all over that one. I mean, this one right here. This giant mint inbox version. He's got alternate heads. He's got alternate hands. He can be yours for the low price of a comment on these damn videos. If you guys ordered one of the Moira Dragon Heart boxes, you got 10 entries. 10 entries coming your way. If you bought from me on the auction last Thursday, you got an entry. If you bought from anybody else, you got an entry. Follow me on Twitter, guys, at Drew Manchew's Comics. Retweet any of the videos that I tweet out from the Comic Core, and you will get not only an entry for following me on Twitter, but an entry for every time you retweet one of my tweets. That is hashtag Comic Core. Hashtag Comic Core Smash on any of these videos. It's all you got to do. It's super easy. Get yourself
super simple. We're not asking for a video. We're not asking for some long drawn out.
If you want to make a video, you want to make a video about how you want this Hulk, I'll give you 10 entries. I'll give you 10 entries. Just
there you go.
But you gotta comment on the contest video on our channel that you made a video and drop a link there.
Are there any Dragonheart boxes left or no?
Are there any Dragonheart boxes left?
Question.
That is a darn good question. I do not have the answer to that.
Full disclosure, he hasn't gotten me the list of people that I'm supposed to give these entries to. So you just hit me up on my Twitter and let me know how many entries I owe you. I'll just give you entries. It's really easy.
Looking forward to a review tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Or Wednesday?
You will get a review tomorrow, and you will get a review on Wednesday.
Damn tootin'.
And by Thursday on the S&B network, you will get a Drew Manchew review with Jason Cantu on the Cantu Manchew review crew. It's a great series. I'm having a lot of fun putting it together.
Awesome.
Check out last week's episode where Jason wasn't there. It was hey man, but that's he's in the bar business too. And the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is the busiest bar day of the year. So there's that.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to come home and see their family. It makes them want to drink.
What you got coming up, Adam?
I am entering JP's contest here at some point. JP's budget collecting. I owe him a contest entry. I really don't have anything else planned for my channel right now other than focusing on the Wednesday Comic Core show, which is the greatest comic book show ever. We are currently batting around ideas to have a better intro than we did last week when things went terribly wrong technology wise. But I think we've come up with something fun.
Cool.
Other than that, just chilling and enjoying my friends in the community, trying to get a nice crew together for C2E2. I don't know how many people from Comic Core are coming to that, but it's shaping up to be quite a gathering. Almost, I mean, not to the level of Baltimore, but there's some quality folks coming from the community. So
yeah, I can't wait for that.
What have you got coming up, Andy? Anything? Do you have anything coming up?
I need to get back on my channel and have some fun and do some unboxings. I've got some stuff laying around here. I'm really waiting for my mega CGC. I got like 11 or 12 books out at CGC from Baltimore. I'm hoping that those come back soonish so I could do a mega unboxing of that. on my channel, but you guys can find me here every Monday hanging out. You guys can more often than not find me on some of the other shows during the week, being a fill-in, helping out, having a good time. You guys can also find me if you're interested, if you guys like beer, like a lot of us, and like listening to podcasts when you can't sit and watch something. We've got a podcast called Pinky's Out. Pinky with a Y. It's on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify. I mean, it's on everything. There's only there's 3 episodes out right now, and we're working on putting our 4th episode together this upcoming weekend. And we're literally just 3 guys sitting around drinking beer and talking about brewery news in the Great Lakes area region and just kind of getting drunk and hanging out. So there's that. And sometimes you guys can find me on the Simpleman's Comics channel with a hot cold show every month. That's a monthly one now. And be sure to check out Brian and Jack with some of their new shows with the 3 Up and 3 Down.
Cool. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up real quick. I just wanted to mention to the 14 people who are still with us, thank you for joining us. And we had a great show tonight. I thought it was a hot topic. I'm not sure what next week's topic is going to be. I know it's going to be a good one. Yes, sir.
Are you doing an auction on Thursday?
Yeah. Shit, I actually am doing an auction on Thursday. Thanks for reminding me.
We should probably tell people you're doing an auction.
Good thing Drew's here.
You know what? I am doing. You know what else, JB? I mean, Drew Manchu, check this out. I don't know if you can see this, but you can't see it. Darn. Never mind. I'm going live tonight with the inaugural episode of Disco After Dark. So if you're
what
up
is
late
Disco
tonight,
After Dark?
And if you're up late tonight and you want to check it out, here's Mary. Let's see. You want me to put up a little branding? Let me see if I can get it.
I want to see the branding on Disco After Dark.
I want to see the branding on
This is the first time I'm hearing about this, Gem.
You didn't know anything about this? So, okay, well, that means...
Ain't nobody telling me nothing.
All right, hold on. Because guess something happened today, which was kind of cool. Okay? There was the return of the What's On Today with Discovery Bay
I saw that.
And if you watch that one to the end, you noticed that I closed the show with introducing this. And let's see if this uploads, because I just tried to upload something in here. Yeah, here we go. Tonight, we've got, there it is. Disco After Dark.
Oh, yeah.
The adult comic book chat. That is right. Oh, my
God. Are we going to talk about wieners?
I got 3 of them up here.
So today I released the actual episode. So I did a What's On Today with Discovery Bay. And in that show, I told you I was doing a pop-up shop, which I did. We did a pop-up shop.
All right.
And then after that, we did this show, and now we're going to go live at 9 o'clock West Coast time, midnight East Coast time. If you're up late, join me. It's going to be a blast. Disco After Dark. Cheers, everybody. That's it. We're going to let it go. And hey, don't forget, we had a good time.
True man, true baby.
Do I need my bell bottoms and my platforms?
Oh, geez.
Somebody hit the button.
Please tell me you own
No branding. I thought we were supposed to hit the brand. You're supposed to play the little music thing on the way out, aren't you?
Do it.
Do I have to do it?
I can't find it now. Where'd it go?
Do I have to do it?
Have to do it?
Oh.
It's competing.